Hi, this is Yolanda Van Veen with HowToGardenVideos.com, and today we're going to learn all about how to grow coffee plants. Coffee plants are so beautiful and so tough. You'd be amazed. They're great if you live in a warmer climate to leave outside year-round, or if you live in a milder or colder climate, you can leave them outside for the summer, but you have to bring them inside for the winter. So here are some tips. Coffee plants can be started by seed. You can actually take the coffee cherries, and when they're done and they're almost falling apart, you can take the seeds and plant them. It takes up to 2 months for them to grow, or you can grow them from a start like this one. Now the leaves, I think, are just gorgeous and beautiful. And the wonderful part about coffee plants is even if you lose a few of the leaves, you just trim off the bad ones or trim down the plant a little bit, and it should grow lush and full again. And if you live in a cooler climate, the trick is just leave them in a pot year-round. And when you have a nice sunny day, when it warms up a bit, you can put them outside. Make sure and don't put them in direct hot sun right away if you're taking them from inside to outside. And remember, they grow in the canopy forests and tropical areas in Africa and South America. So they usually are found below larger trees with some filter light. So a lot of times they'll burn if they get direct sun, especially in warm climates. I'd like to put them in part shade. And the same thing as a house plant. You want to make sure not put them in hot afternoon sun in a window. You want a morning sun area. They're an easy plant to grow, especially in mild climates or colder climates. The trick is leave them in a container. So in the summer months, you can actually put them right into a flower bed, right in the container. And then as it gets cooler, you really don't want them to go below 50 degrees. You pull them back out and put them back in the house. So sometimes they do get shocked if you bring them back and forth. So you can leave them as a house plant or leave them outside in the warm climates. But again, I love them because even if you lose a few leaves or they get a little bit beat up, or if you leave town and come back and they got a little bit too dry, even if you think you've lost them, make sure and just trim them back. A lot of times it's from the roots. They'll just grow some new coffee plants. Now, the thing about coffee plants is you got to be patient, so patient with them, because sometimes if you plant them, you're not going to get coffee beans right away. In warmer climates, it takes up to 5, 10, 15, 20 years before you get a good production of beans. In colder climates, it's very, very hard to get any beans out of them. They're more of an ornamental leaf plant. But be patient. Sometimes your plant will be 5, 10 years old, and it'll produce flowers. Flowers are exciting. When you have flowers on them, you got to make sure and pollinate them. So take one of the blooms off and rub the pollen on the other plants, because inside they're not going to get pollinated by pollinators. Outside, hopefully you'll have some butterflies and hummingbirds that'll do it for you in the flowers, but inside you got to give them some help. So a lot of times if you do pollinate them, you will get some fruit. It might not be a lot of fruit for the first few years, but coffee plants, as I said, are one of the most beautiful house plants you can grow, and they are a very nice addition to your inside or outside garden. For more videos, please visit our website, www.howtogardenvideos.com.